also important that we invest more resources as a global community and efforts to safeguard peace and security. And that would include that where there are conflicts, we find peaceful means of resolving those conflicts. Because obviously it is distressing when there are conflicts because they cause human suffering. For those of us who come from countries like Namibia that were assisted by the Soviet Union, it's very sad to see Ukraine and Russia fighting because these two states were Soviet Union that supported us to gain our independence. So we are not promoting one against the other. We are not indifferent to the suffering of one or another. That is why we are promoting a peaceful resolution of that conflict so that the entire world and all the resources of the world can be focused on improving the conditions of people around the world instead of being spent on acquiring weapons, killing people, and actually creating hostilities that would take forever to overcome. So our position is that for as long as one person in this world feels insecure, for as long as one person feels shortchanged, that person will be angry, and that person is going to destroy the peace and security of everyone. So all of us are better off. That is what we were advised when we were fighting for our independence to do. That is what we eventually did. Our war for national liberation, which was very bloody and protracted, ended with a negotiated settlement. And today Namibia is hailed as one of the most peaceful, most stable countries in Africa. Those who may not be aware of the history that we went through would not know what we went through. We went through genocide. We went through a system where Africans were trophy hunted. We went through a situation where 80% of a whole tribe was wiped out. But we decided to put that behind us and look forward to the future. And that is now why we are hopeful today that we can prosper together with countries that we considered to be enemies, but are today partners with whom we are working towards a prosperous future for all our countries.
But allow me to ask you, Prime Minister, you just mentioned exactly what we are witnessing, that instead of focusing on the real problems, we have now, this conflict where so many lives are lost and so much money is spent instead of looking at these problems. And the General Assembly very clearly, 141 condemned and made very clear who is the aggressor. And taking this, why did Namibia abstain?
Yeah, you see, as I have indicated, our focus is on resolving the problem. It is not on shifting blame. And that is what we did in Namibia itself. We decided to adopt the policy of national reconciliation. Every country deals with issues differently. In South Africa, our neighbor, they had the Commission for Truth and Reconciliation, where those that are suspected of having committed transgressions during the apartheid period were called to give witness. And those who did not do that ended up going to jail. In Namibia, we decided to not do that. It doesn't mean that we were not hurt because of what happened to us. We thought that would work better for us, and it has worked better for us. We are saying that in this situation where Namibia itself has suffered, because we suffered disruption of supply chains